shut your mouth. Yeah, the name is Show Dog Brown. Yo, I get down. The ladies love the way I howl. Just fooling around, guys. What? Was I too loud? Look, I'm a magical rap battle assassin, everlasting. Ain't no need for a caption. Me and my team, we so heroic. There's no opponent that can take us down.
Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of the Superfan Addicts podcast. I'm your host, Ray Showdog Prisby, and we got a great show for y'all tonight. So let's kick it off by introducing our esteemed colleague guest, none other than Tony Spot Dog Turner.
Oh.
What's up, T? What's been going on with you?
Oh man, just living the dream, man. Living the dream. Always looking at my cup half full instead of half empty.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cody. What's been going on with you?
Man, just living, man. LIVIN. You know what I mean? Working a little bit. Been snowed in a little bit more this week, but able to get out. But seems like we're getting some meltage. A lot of mud everywhere now because of the snow melting. We're approaching the 1-year anniversary of the big flood we had last year. And part of what caused that flood was a lot of snow that stayed on the ground. Then it got warm and melted the snow and rained on top of it. So I've been keeping an eye on the river, making sure it stays out of the way. You know what I mean? Keep that off of us. But other than that, man, just living.
Okay. So it sounds like we ready to get the show started, right? Let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly.
Ray, can you believe we had another head coach win the press conference? That's like 12 straight now, right? That have won the press conference.
Right, exactly. Hey, we're undefeated when it comes to press conferences.
Funny how that works. So, Monken, you didn't. You included this here. He had a nice quote. When I was preparing for the Cleveland Browns, I wasn't chipping Jim Schwartz, I was chipping Myles Garrett. Said defensive players were the big reason why he took the job. Did not take it because of Jim Schwartz. But he does not anticipate changing the defensive system whether Jim Schwartz stays or goes. Said the system was difficult against. Really spoke nothing but praise. Talked about what a tough job it was over the last 3 years, I think he's been there, going up against Jim Schwartz. What are you on this quote that maybe is a little bit dismissive of Schwartz, but not too disrespectful? What do you think, Ray?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think the handwriting was on the wall when Big Jim packed up and left. But the bigger thing is, I think the Browns realized that they're holding all the cards. I mean, unless he's just going to go home and sit on the couch for a year, he can't. There's nothing he can really do. So I guess the Browns are basically saying, well, yeah, we like to have him back, but because I had heard that he was in the building yesterday, so I'm sure they would like to have him back, but they're already putting out. I forgot what the guy's name was. I was about to send it to you, but there was somebody that they were already thinking about as DC in the event that they can't come to terms with Big Jim.
And YouTube commenter here saying happy birthday to Todd Monken. I did not know it was his birthday. How old is he today? Anybody know?
That's a good question.
Let's see if I can find it. It is his birthday.
He should be 60.
How old?
Yes, he is indeed 60.
Oh, okay.
Tony, what are your thoughts on this quote and Monken's assessment of the defensive side of the football?
I mean, hey, when we preparing to play against somebody, okay, the coordinator, he set things up, but you got to be focused on the players. And their biggest nemesis was Myles Garrett. And I was shocked that some of the talk shows host made a big thing out of it, saying that he threw Jim Schwartz under the bus. He talked about in his press conference they had battle, but hey, he made the point the players was the one that he had to get his offense prepared against.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that
no,
makes
I
sense.
yeah, I 100% agree. The big thing for me, for all of this is if Jim Schwartz wants to stay, great. If he's willing to keep commanding this defense, great. But defensive coordinators, here's the thing. Part of me wants to say any idiot could run a defense with Myles Garrett, but Joe Woods proved us wrong on that.
Yeah, he did.
Jim Schwartz's defense has weaknesses. They're not do well against motion. They do not do well against outside runs. I would love to see that addressed, and if that means move on from Jim, then so be it. If it doesn't, then good too. Hopefully, Monk be kind of part of like, all right, hey, let's line this out, because obviously they knew we had that weakness because they beat us on that 4th and 1 play where Mark Andrews wheeled out on the tush push fake. So everyone knows that, So we'll see. I think that ultimately, yeah, what matters is Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Carson Schwarzenegger, Mason Graham, Alex Wright. I'm JOK, hopefully. Tyson Campbell, Grant Delpit. Like, there's some dogs on defense. That's just kind of how I look at it. But I did want to ask you, too, what do you guys – how can I word this? If it was your decision, would Schwartz 100% be back, or would you consider going a different direction? Ray, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I would love to have, like I said, I would love to have Schwartz, but if he, for whatever reason, he doesn't want to, come back or whatever. But I don't. Here's the thing: even if he decides, let's just say he sits out next year. I mean, this year. If he comes back next year and goes to another team, I'm pretty sure the Browns still has his contract because he hasn't completed that final year. So I don't know what he's going to do. Here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to throw him some money, make him feel good, and then he'll be back in the fold, and we'll play the year out with Schwartz. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, hey, it worked for Miles, didn't it?
Amen. Yeah. What do you think, Tony? If gun to your head, you got to be the one to make the call. Schwartz here, or would you be all right looking for a different direction?
I would be going in a different direction. I think the relationship has gotten tarnished now just by him just pulling out like that. And guess we got to break the front office. You got to blame them that they should have let him know early before the press knew that, hey, we're going to go with Monken. I mean, you just listen to the things about the Browns front office. They just so sneaky, man. No telling what they say. Hey, we don't know yet. Maybe we'll find out in the morning. Hey, you knew you was going to go with him? You should have just let them say, hey, we want to keep you on a defensive as a defensive tackle. And like some folks have said, I like what Tony Grossi has said, they should have never let Schwartz get out of the building. But there is some type of friction between the owner, the general manager, and Schwartz, why they didn't want to make him the head coach.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I wanted to touch on every one of those comments you just brought up, right? First and foremost, James Strank says, love Schwartz and what he done. At this point, I'll be 100% confident that if he's brought back, he'll be the same coach that he was. If he's not, it's an ego thing. To me, do you agree? Like, if there's no reason it would be any different under Monken than it would Stefanski. Do you guys agree with me there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you talking about would Schwartz be any different under Monken?
Yeah, he says, James Frank said here, are we 100% confident that he'd be the same coach that he was? The only thing that I think would really change is if his ego was bruised and he wouldn't, be given the same effort. But
and we kind of see how that played out. Actually, this scenario already played out with Greg Williams and
Kitchens and Todd. You talk about the Todd Haley situation with
Yep.
But here's the thing, Ray. I agree with what you're saying that we've seen that before, but it also is going to play out differently because Schwartz is on a completely different side of the ball. Hugh was an offensive guy and Haley was an offensive guy. So Haley, it was a little easier to try to sabotage him. If the offense were giving up 40 points a game, they're not going to point the finger at Monken for it.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm like my boy, like Joshua. I would let him go too because the one thing you don't want is a disgruntled employee. Man, you don't want a disgruntled employee. So now the thing that I think that may save him, what could possibly save him, because money fixes a lot of things. It don't fix everything, but it fixes a lot of things. Bruised egos, jealousy. You mad because you didn't get the job? I mean, little money will fix all of that. In my opinion,
I wouldn't call what those guys make a little money, but
exactly.
But here's the thing: it seems like Schwartz does want to be here, or he wouldn't have interviewed to be the head coach. He would have tried to go get a DC job. So I don't know that he doesn't want to be here. I think he just, kind of wanted another crack at the head coaching thing, and maybe got his feelings hurt. We'll see. Craig Foster said he saw a mock draft had us taking Jordan Tyson at 6, Sonny Styles at 24. We're going to talk about the draft a little bit later, and so we can touch on now. But if Sonny Styles is available at 24, 23 teams have made a colossal mistake. And I won't even say 23 because there are obviously going to be examples. You don't need a linebacker at 6, but he's a top 10 talent. That dude's incredible. Jordan Tyson, every time his brother plays well for the Cavs, a little more.
What position Tyson plays?
Receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a big, talented receiver. Just has problems with the health. Got health concerns.
If Schwartz come back, the locker room gonna be divided. He came in looking for a head coaching job. That's what he wanted. They led him. They didn't want him. They should have told him. And by the way,
here's the thing.
I wouldn't bring him back. I wouldn't. Hey, he's done.
Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Jim Schwartz have other interviews with other teams as well?
As a head coach?
I just remember him taking interviews for other. Now, yeah, it could have been for a defensive coordinator. But I guess
this year.
Yeah. Because I can remember after they interviewed him, they were talking about that he had interviewed some elsewhere or whatever. I guess the point that I'm making is nobody else hired him as head coach. So what is he mad about? But hey,
yeah, you're right. Before we move forward, Ray, I forgot 37th episode of the Superfan Addicts podcast. Can you name me a Cleveland Browns number 37?
I got one.
From Faro, Pennsylvania. His running back mate was Ken No College Brown. I call him Ken No College Brown because he didn't go to college. He played military sports. Ken Brown's number was 37. But his running mate was Ken Brown's number was 30. His running mate was number 37 from Faro, Pennsylvania, Hugh McGinnis.
Hey, Cody, let me tell you something. Me and Sugar Ray, I call him Sugar Ray because he pound for pound the best Browns collector of all time. And we are 2 months apart, same year. Hey, man, we think so much. We said, man, his mama and my mama Must have been drinking the same pap milk because I was going to say Hugh McGinnis. We think so much alike, man.
Well, here's the thing. Hugh McGinnis played right around when we were seniors in high school. Matter of fact, I want to say he played 72, 73. Around
73 through 75.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere. And it's funny because I've never seen any other football player that played in the NFL and didn't have any college experience, with the exception of Kim Brown.
That is wild. I can't name. I mean, I know guys who have college experience, but in basketball, I think we've seen.
Right. But yeah, and didn't he play? Didn't he play a couple of years, Tone? Kim Brown? We had him a couple of years.
Yeah, he didn't have college experience neither, right?
Who?
Kim Brown.
No, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, Kim Brown didn't go to college. He played in the military.
But I know another 37, but I can't call his name. I can give you what college he went to. And he was a hard-hitting cap from Grambling.
What years did he play?
Chris Rockins? Wasn't Chris Rockins 37?
Chris Rockins was 37.
I think he was might have been late 90s.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Anthony Henry. Anthony Henry was one too.
I forgot
Anthony
about
Henry.
Anthony Henry. But I'll think about
Anthony Henry has the best age of anybody. He's the best number 37 in Cleveland Browns history. 2001 to 2004, approximate value of 22. He's the highest rated. Chris Rockins was indeed number 37.
Okay.
I can't figure out who the Grambling person is yet. If you give me a year, I might be able to figure it out.
No, you could probably. I bet you.
Oh, I got it. Benny Thompson.
Yep.
Benny Thompson, 94 and 95. Yes. Yep, he was number 37. Man, you guys busted out a lot of those. The only one of the top 6. The top 6, you named all of them except DeAnthony Bell, who played 2022 to 2024.
What was his name?
So, DeAnthony Bell, backup safety.
I don't even remember him.
I do, because every time he went in the game, he got scorched, it felt like. I mean, I think he made a couple of plays, but yeah, aside from him, you named all the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's only 2 more guys who even have a 1 of approximate. Everyone else is a 0. They did nothing, including Dom Jones this year. He played. You remember Dom Jones going in a little bit when we had injuries this year, but I still wouldn't have thought of him.
Oh, wait. Abe something. I think he played back with a autogram in them. Abe somebody. Oh, that's right on the tip of my tongue.
Gibbon?
Who?
Gibbon?
Yeah, Gibbons.
Because he was the head coach of the Chicago Bears one year, a couple years.
I don't see him on the list of number 37s. Let me see.
I could be wrong, but I just kind of remember
34.
Okay. He was 34. Okay.
64, actually. I don't know like how that happened, but 34 and 64. So, hey, I'm impressed. Busted out plenty of those. Sticking with Monken and the press conference. If you could ask the head coach one question, Tony, what would that question be?
Well, they asked the question, and my stock for him has gone down. He was doing so good. I can't think of a question I would ask for him because my stock for him has gone down when they asked him, are you going to call the plays? And he said, yes. I said, deja vu. You know what, Tony Turner? I do not like head coaches calling play, especially with him coming in the first year. This is the first time in a long time he's going to be on the field because he was in the press box. So this is a bad move. But a question I would ask him, I can't think of anything. I thought everybody covered everything from A to Z, man. And you know what? I gotta add this on. This was so funny. He talking about when he loved football so much because his dad was a coach, his uncle was a coach. Hey, when people was getting trucks, they was buying me electric football games and buying me talking football. And then Nathan Segura was talking about that. And when he was in San Francisco, he had an electric football game. And he talked about how they used to pass the ball in the electric football game. And if it hit the receiver, then they would continue going. But in Ohio, when we play electric football in the 60s and 70s, it was like 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We ran the ball. We never passed.
Hey, yeah, we ain't going down that electric football road because we could talk about that all day.
hey, Cody is a referee. He know how to time out. Next one.
Right. Let me tell you something interesting, Tony. And this kind of leads to what my question would be. But you talked about the way you guys played football. So I come from a big high school football town. Talk a little bit about this next week. We've got something planned for that. But anyway, my high school has won 8 state championships since 2003. All right. So, that's modern, right? In those 8 state championship victories, they've never completed a pass.
What?
Yeah. What? So we still play 3-yard in a cloud of dust here in Kentucky. And I think, I don't have any like deep philosophical questions for Todd Monk. I just ask him about his high school experience because I like to know, like, hey, what kind of player were you when you were in high school? That's always pretty cool to me. Craig Foster said congratulations, had anything to do with it. I'm just I just went there. But yeah, because I think it's such a formidable time for somebody, especially as an athlete, to figure out, kind of who you are when it comes to football, and approach things. And that just, I like to know people's backgrounds and how they grew up and things like that. Ray, what would your one question be for Todd Monken?
Well, to be honest, I would ask him, could I get a job? Because with the way they passing them around money up there in Cleveland, well, I might as well get a little piece of that too. But no, I would probably ask him. Is he in this draft? Is he going to draft more of an offense? Is this, in other words, the way last year's draft was basically all defense? Is he going to do the same this year with the offense? That question would be open for him and Barry, to be honest with you, because I just want to make sure that they get all the pieces that they need on offense this year, so that if nothing else, we could be competitive and we can evaluate the quarterbacks that we have on the roster.
I think you got to remember too, the draft's complicated because everything changed. Like free agency is next month, so we're going to get a lot of clarity on, by the end of free. We were, Ray and I were talking before the stream. I was just having a fun time doing a mock draft, very unserious, and he showed it to Ray, and he said, "You need, you don't have any guards." Well, we could get to a situation where we sign 3 or 4 guards in free agency, and Batonio announces he's coming back. And right now, we may do mock draft. I'm just saying it's possible.
Wait a minute. Batonio said he's coming back?
No. He could announce it, though.
Oh, okay.
So we re-signed Tevin Jenkins. Batonio says he's coming back, and then in a month we sign a guard. Well, right now you look at a mock draft, and you're like, well, we need a guard. You didn't take any guards. But by the end of next month, we could be like, yeah, no, they're guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of know what to expect in the draft because we could go out and trade for a receiver. We could go out and sign a receiver. That changes so much. Yeah, they're going to kick the Watson can down the road again. But I don't know.
No, they're not. They don't, wait. They don't even kick. They don't kick it. That's not what they're doing. They're not kicking it down the road. What they do when they renegotiate, they turn. So in other words, if he's getting 40, they turn that 40 into a signing bonus. Signing bonus don't count for the cap. That's what they've been doing.
Well, the cap keeps going up anyway.
Right. But yeah, I love that move. I'm surprised. Well, I'm sure other teams are doing it as well too. But yeah, that converting his yearly salary into a bonus, into the signing bonus. I love that.
Yeah, no, I mean, in the lead, man. He's in here in the comments talking about things we have on the list for later, right? Don't bury the lead, my man. Let's talk.
We're gonna get to you, Craig. We're gonna get to you, Craig. It's on the list.
Talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. It feels like a uninspiring matchup to me because I don't know, it lacks star power a little bit. Patriots. Tony, who do you have winning Super Bowl? Is it 60? Yeah, 60.
Seattle Seahawks.
Why?
They are a beast, man. They are powerful. Only thing, if the quarterback get cold feet, being on this big stage, if Sam get cold feet, then they're gonna have some trouble. But I look at Seattle beating them.
He's been known to choke in big moments, but Ray, who you got?
Yeah, but Pete Carroll's gone though, so I don't think they're gonna have that issue. But yeah, that to me, Seattle's defense is going to be the difference maker. So yeah, I'm like Frank said. I don't know if it's going to be 21. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the NFL don't want to blow up because people then unless it comes late now. But yeah, 17. I think they win by 17 points. Who you got, Cody?
You mute, Cody.
Yeah, you're.
My fault.
There you go.
My fault. Sometimes I mute to make sure nothing echoes. I don't want to completely write off the Patriots with them having as good of a coach as they do, but I do agree that the Patriots have the defensive star power, but I think the Patriots have the better quarterback probably overall, but Darnold's playing better. It's hard for me if I had to put money on it, it's hard for me to bet on Sam Darnold to win a big game. I know he's been better the last 2 years. I totally understand. He's played great football. It's still Sam Darnold. He was always the guy, and I'll never forget when we played the Jets, 2018, Thursday Night Football. He was a rookie. Baker was a rookie. It was the game Baker came into. I was sitting 8 rows off the field, and we took a late lead, and I had watched a lot of Sam Darnold in college because we needed a quarterback, and we were going to have the first pick. And every single time Darnold had the ball with a chance to win the game at USC, he threw a freaking pick. And I looked at my buddies that were sitting with me that night in Cleveland, and I said, we win. Darnold always blows it. 2 picks in the last 4 minutes, if y'all right. He threw one to Joe Schobert, and he threw one to Terrence Mitchell. And to me, yes, he's evolved. He's gotten a lot better. I still think that guy lives in there. So just for the being contrarian and not everyone having the same opinion, give me New England.
Yeah, I think if they lose, they're gonna get out coached. That's how only thing I can see. New England got a balanced team. The defense plays well, but Seattle, man, they are beasts. They are a beast.
Drake May hasn't played well in the playoffs, which concerns me. He has not been good in the playoffs. I think he had 80 yards in the last game. That does concern me, but I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm super enthused and ecstatic to watch the game. Like, it'd be better. What?
I think it could be a balanced game because they both got a balanced team. New England been kind of tricky how they got through the playoff, but someone made me aware of this. They looked through their schedule. They had a lot of easy games they played.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I will say too, you have to consider the England staff is a little more experienced, especially McDaniel. McDaniel's been an offensive coordinator, I think, almost every Super Bowl they've won. Vrabel's got a little more head coaching experience. Donald, so it's a little more experience of a staff for New England. I think that matters a little bit. I won't say like wholly, but I think it makes a big difference. And James saying Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to be the difference. That dude is so good.
Buckeye, yes.
Robbed of getting to see.
Yeah.
Of getting to see him, Marvin, and Emeka Egbuka together. We were robbed.
Hey, I like to ask one quick question, a minute question for the Super Bowl. As you think about all the Super Bowls you saw, what's the most exciting play you've seen in any Super Bowl that just come to your mind right now of the Super Bowls you've seen?
The helmet catch for David Tyree against the Patriots is the
one.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
That's a good one.
I think about Marcus Allen, man, when he was against the Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
That reverse. But they did a survey. Yeah, you got one, Ray?
Well, it's not as dynamic or as the two you guys mentioned, but I can remember Super Bowl I, and Fred the Hammer Williamson was Super Bowl I, Packers Chiefs, and Fred the Hammer Williamson was talking trash. Man, he was talking trash for like 2 weeks, and his ass got knocked out in that game. To me, that was like one of the most hilarious things in the world, because he was known, he was a defensive back, and he was known for laying the wood, knocking cats out. He got his ass knocked. Hey, the only thing that would have made it better is Smokey would have ran out on the field and said, "You got knocked," but that didn't happen. That would have been hilarious.
Hey, hey, when you saw the game afterwards on highlight film, they had him mic'd up, and Willie Woods was a defensive back. He kept on saying, "And the hammer is down."
Yep. The hammer is down.
So they did a survey, and they said the number one best play was the interception that the New England defensive back did against Seattle. Most exciting play.
That was a big play.
I don't know if it's the most exciting though. I mean, it won the game for him.
I mean, you thinking back now.
I think the helmet catch was more exciting than that. I mean, it was just an interception. That helmet catch, that was the dude, he had it like this and went all the way down with it. That was, to me, that should have been the number one play.
Well, hear me out though. The more I sit here and think about it, I mean, it looked like Tom Brady is waltzing in for another Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, just like that, or I'm sorry, it seemed like the Seahawks were just going to win another one because they'd won it the year before, right?
Right,
they did.
Right, they would have been a two-time winner.
We pretty much, I think everybody felt like, it's over, the Seahawks win, and then just like that, the whole thing flipped on its head. So, yeah, I can see that one. I can definitely, I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
No, Pete Carroll, he should be spanked with a wet noodle for calling that play because, man, you had your running back, man. Oh, man, boy. If Russell Wilson did an audible, he should be with a wet noodle. Ran the beast, man. Hey, Tom Brady, you saw him on the sideline. He knew he was done.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was. Oh, man.
I got a question for you, Ray.
Yes, sir.
In 37 episodes, talked about basketball.
You say, have we?
Yeah, have we ever before talked about basketball?
You know what? I can't. I'm gonna say I don't think we have. No.
Let's change it. Let's
go.
Big deal. Darius Garland sent out to exchange for the 36-year-old James Harden. I think we sent a second-round pick along with it. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, huge trade where the Cavs have officially given up on the core four idea. We'll start with you, Ray.
Well, after seeing the game last night, and they won by 20, I just think they're trying to win now, and when you have a James Harden is still averaging 20 something whatever a game, but in my opinion, though, I think they're setting it up for when LeBron comes back next year.
Yup.
That's just those are just my thoughts.
Tony, you got any thoughts on this big NBA trade?
Did James Harden play last night?
No.
I don't think so.
No, he's debuting Saturday.
You know what? I'll tell you what first come to my mind. This cat cannot stay on a team, man. He must have some problem in the locker room. They say about money, and he can score. But, I mean, man, it seemed like it might be some and I've talked to a person that love Cavaliers in and out. Myself, I only get upset over one team, and that's the Cleveland Browns. But they said they felt Garland should have been gone last year. He's had too many injuries. Man, I hope it works out, man. I mean, him and Donovan, man, they both like to score, but he's like the point guard, bringing the ball up. So Donovan can come off the pick and probably score. I hope there's enough balls for them to go around and get their points in.
Yeah, that's a concern, but here's the thing. In his best season, Darius Garland averaged, I think it was 20 or 21 points and like 8 assists. Right now, James Harden averages 25 points and 8 assists. Not to mention 5-6 rebounds. He's a tremendous passer. I think he will greatly benefit Evan Mobley. I'm cool with going in now. Granted, I think Harden's been a little wishy-washy in the playoffs, but it seems like, Garland's in the peak, but we've got to win now. And going out and getting a veteran guy like this, something needed to change. But you can only run back the same thing so many times before you realize that something's got to change. They tried the different coach, didn't really work out. Garland's just, to me, he's just not the type of guy that you win a championship with. He's a little too passive. I think Harden can benefit Donovan Mitchell. I think he can benefit Mobley. I think he can benefit Allen. So I'm open to the idea. I've been a long-time Harden hater. The way he plays is a little annoying, but we'll give him a chance.
What you say, Cody? You a James Harden hater from way back?
From way back. But it's
from
funny.
From way back.
I was telling my friends last night, just in my lifetime, I don't remember Super Bowl I like Ray. I've only been here since the first Super Bowl I really remember is the Ravens-Giants one.
What?
Yeah, that's the first one I remember watching. The first one I remember any details of vividly is Bucs-Raiders. Just in my lifetime, the Cavs have had, now granted, it's not been the best versions of these guys, Shaq, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, James Harden, Derrick Rose. I feel like there's one more I'm missing. It's so funny to say that because you don't think of any of those guys besides LeBron as a Cav. But they've consistently brought in guys like this who are veteran players, legacy players. And I think it's so wild that to say, like, oh, these guys have been Cleveland Cavaliers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go back.
One thing about the NBA players, they could be playing good for 4 nights, and then that one night they come out, they just lose it all, and they ain't worth nothing. Just like when Shaq came here, man, he had lost it, man, and he just was there collecting that paycheck.
That's all. That's wait a minute. He didn't lose it. It had been gone before he got to us.
Yeah, and you know they kind of like what the Cleveland Browns have done, brought these veterans to the team to help them get a last big payday.
Well, yeah, it's all about filling them seats. Hey, wait, hold on. And Tony, I know you remember this. I'm switching up for a second, but I can remember the Cleveland Indians. We traded for Ken the Hawk Harrelson. He never even came to Cleveland, and he collected checks for us for 2 years, and he never set foot in Cleveland.
Oh man, I didn't know. I didn't remember
Man,
that.
that was like beyond crazy. It's like, man, you. That's what I'm saying. I need to get one of them checks. What do I sign up at?
Jerome Green had asked, do we think the Cavs are the favorite to come out of the East with this move? I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to say definitively yes. I mean, it's a good move. We'll have to see how they gel. That's such a big thing. And I did want to ask too. We were talking a second ago about. You said that you remember Super Bowl I, which is crazy, by the way. If you're in the chat right now, put your age and tell me what's the first Super Bowl you remember. So I'll be 33 this year. The first one I remember is, like I said, Giants Ravens. I don't remember the number on that. And then I vividly remember Bucks Raiders. I remember pretty much all the details of that. So I'm just curious what everyone else is. Let's go back to what we know, right? Let's talk a little football. So what do we think simply is in the cards for Dylan Gabriel? Will he be on the Browns roster next year? The Falcons? Will he be playing in Hong Kong where he deserves to be? What do we think, Tony?
Hey, he should be at the Browns because they got him on a 5-year contract. Hey, we need a good backup. A 4-year contract. Thanks, Ray. Hey, keep him here, man. Hey, you know what? He might be able to improve his skills with a new coaching staff. He's not going to be the starter. And hey, you still got a quarterback. I feel like he'll be a good backup quarterback for emergency. So we should keep him.
Well, I know what Andrew Berry is going to do. Andrew Berry is going to basically give Monken the word to play him heavy, because basically it'll be like they're showcasing him for the next team that he's going to. Because the one thing about Berry, he always tries to get something. Before he gets rid of the player, he tries to get something for him. So if they showcase him a little bit during preseason and in training camp, Stefanski might say, "Well, yeah, he does look a little bit better with a better line and whatever." We might be able to get something for him. But I'm like Tony. Hey, I couldn't evaluate any of the quarterbacks last year with the offensive line and the receivers that we had. So I would put them all in the same basket and say, okay, hey, listen, we're going to go out and get the line for you guys. We'll go out and get the receivers for you, the playmakers. Now let the evaluation begin. That's what I think is going to happen.
We may be able to properly evaluate Dylan Gabriel if we can find a bunch of 5-foot O-linemen so he can see over them. Man, I'm sorry. I believed in Dylan Gabriel before the season. I don't ever want to see that dude play for us again. I'm telling you. I don't care if we.
Well, hold on. Cody, time out. Hold on. Because the problem. I'm not even blaming Dylan Gabriel. The problem is Stefanski never played to his players' strength. He had a system, and by golly, he was running that system come hell or high way. So with Monken seems like he's. And that's the knock on Monken, that he adjusts his game plan to the strength of his players. So to me, there should have been a whole lot more rollouts with anytime you have a quarterback that's under 6 foot, you got to roll him out. So he could see his lanes, because when he drops back, all they got to do is put the hands up, and he panics. He can't see. So I'm gonna give Dylan Gabriel the benefit of the doubt, only because Stefanski was just. I mean, dude, Stefanski wouldn't even change he wouldn't change for Baker. He didn't change for nobody. He just, whatever that system that he had, let it rip. Keep it going. So no, I'm saying keep him. let's get a real evaluation on all of our quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, bring him in on some. Yeah, just keep him. Hey, he'll be a good backup we need for an emergency. So that'll be the point of that with Gabriel.
Maybe if he didn't play the Gabriel.
Let me say one thing real quick about the Super Bowl. When I saw my first Super Bowl, I was 11 years old, and just a little fact on the Super Bowl. They didn't have enough people that bought tickets for the Super Bowl in the LA Coliseum. They was moving people over to the center so the TV could see like they had a crowd there. And the other thing they did for that Super Bowl, it was televised on CBS and NBC at the same time.
Wait a minute. So Cody, you know Tim gonna always bring the noise.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Right.
You can't play to a quarterback's strengths if he doesn't have strengths. Like,
okay. Let's go look at the Oregon tape his senior year. Well, yeah, I mean, there is some talent there. All I'm saying is play him up so we can get something for him. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
with that.
Yeah, that's all. Coach him up, play him up, get something for him. Because we took him in the third round, and nobody was close to thinking about taking him in the third round.
Well, if nothing else, maybe we can dress him up as the elf and let him be the mascot.
Say that again. I apologize. Say that again.
I said if nothing else. Yeah, I said if nothing else, we can dress him up as the elf and let him be the mascot.
Wait, what was the elf? What was the little elf on the sidelines with Paul Brown? Remember his name? It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, because he wore one of them derby hats, and he had on the brown sweater that said Browns on the front.
Seemed like his first name was Tommy.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah.
Touchdown. I think it might have not touchdown Tommy, but Tommy's. You're right. It was Tommy somebody.
Yeah. Oh man.
Tim said his name was Gabriel.
He was. Oh man.
So moving forward, it looked like it has not been but the rumor is that the Browns will be traveling to Paris to play the Saints. It's a road game for us, so it won't take away from our home games. What are your thoughts on this, Ray?
Oui, Paris. I'm ready to go. Hey, Paris. Hey, what's not to like? I'm there. If it's really a reality, and as long as it's not too, they usually don't play those overseas games too late in the season. So yeah, and I miss London. So yeah, I would love to go to that game.
Tony?
Well, I heard yesterday that the NFL are going to be voting on an 18-game schedule, and that every team plays overseas in 2026. So we might have more than one team going to Paris.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know it.
Two buys.
You guys knows what's going on. They're trying to make the NFL as big as international soccer. That's literally what they're doing. And I can see it possibly happening.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the overseas game because I have no interest in watching. I'm just in watching the Browns at 9 a.m. Paris, Germany, England. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to any of them. At least we don't have to sacrifice a home game, though. I always think that sucks when you have to give up a home game. It really sucks for big holders, which I did that one year. So, I mean, I'm just not a big international game guy. I understand if you were like going to go that it would be pretty cool, but I'm not. They don't let Eastern Kentucky rednecks over that far, because nobody can understand us even if they speak English. Um, but I did take a semester of French, and I know how to say approximately 3 things. One of them I cannot say on this podcast. The other 2 are basic greetings, but yeah, no, I'm cool on the international games. I prefer us play. Actually, I prefer us play all our games at 4 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. But you know, I think it's
Help me out,
tough.
Cody. Help me out, Cody. Can
All
you say
right,
touchdown in French?
brother. I'm a Brown, and I don't know how to say touchdown in English.
Okay, hey, I want you to think about this, Cody, before we get off the air. You said your high school was good in football.
Yep.
Before we get off the air, I want you to tell me the best football player that came out of your high school. You have to say it now. I want you to think about it.
Well, I can answer this pretty easy because we don't typically send guys, like, we're at such a small school. We've had like 1 or 2 that have made practice squads in the NFL, but nobody's ever, you know what I mean, like been established or anything like that. Because it's just such a small rural area. There's only 3,000 people in my town.
What's your city again? What's the name of your high school?
What's the name of my high school?
Yeah, what was the name of your high school?
Belcree.
And it's in Belcree, West Virginia?
Kentucky.
Belcree, Kentucky.
So wait a minute. I thought Tim Couch went to high school somewhere around you.
No, Tim Couch played against us.
Oh, okay.
He broke the national high school record on our field. So, Tony, going back to your question, we had a kid a couple years ago who made the practice squad for the Arizona Cardinals before the year. He didn't even make the practice squad. He was an undrafted free agent that was signed. And then there was a guy named David Jones who graduated with my brother, who was on the Ravens practice squad. But I think there was one guy that made the Tampa Bay Bucks back in the 70s named James Ramey. The real claim to fame for this area is the coach. He's the all-time winningest coach in the history of the state. He died last year in a car wreck. Yeah, we've never had any big NFL players or anything like that. Really, the whole area hasn't, aside from Tim Couch. Tim Couch from about an hour from here.
Well, they just said today that I think it's from Belfry. I just was looking on the internet. Bo Wolford, he just signed with Morehead State.
Yeah, he's a dandy of an offensive lineman. He's a big kid, but like I said, most guys end up at
you
small.
Stay following. You're a good alumni.
Huh?
You're a good alumni. You stay with your high school team.
Oh yeah, well, my best friend coached there up until a couple years ago. He got a better opportunity at another school, but he coached a lot of them. James Frank said his state produced David Njoku. Now, the Kentucky produces quite a bit of talent. Wandale Robinson had 1,000 yards this year. Giants. He's a Kentucky kid. Jedrick Wills is from Kentucky. His high school team I watched play in 2 state championship games. Jedrick was the right tackle. The left tackle was a guy named Landon Young, who he's on the Saints. He plays guard now. So yeah, there's quite a bit of talent that comes out of the state. Just not normally, Kentucky's an odd state. The east end of the state is fairly not populated, and then you have like Lexington, Louisville. The western half of the state is a little more populous. So yeah, that's kind of how that works out. Well, let's talk about the draft a little bit. Hey, you got a list prepared here. Talk to us a little bit about your sleepers in the draft. Did we lose Ray?
Ray's still with us.
No, I'm still with you. No, actually, we were talking about high school. I just wanted to pull up something real quick before you go into that, Cody.
Sure thing.
I don't even know if Tony knows this, but the Youngstown, Ohio, is recognized as one of the top cities in the United States for producing the most NFL players per capita.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody knew that, but yeah. And I can remember reading that, but I wasn't sure if it was true, and I just Googled it on AI, and it just told me that as well.
before we go on, then, Ray, do you follow the Youngstown State at all football?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean,
They had a pretty good linebacker that finished up probably 2 years ago named Devin Johnson, and he's from nearby here. He's from about an hour away. And then my high school did have a kid that went to he went to Youngstown State, but he came home. He didn't finish up. He ended up having a baby and came back home to work. So we've had 2 people from this area go to Youngstown State.
Oh, now, did any of them by chance go during the Trust years?
No, they've all been in the last like 7 years.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk to us a little bit about in this year's draft that you've taken an interest in.
Well, I got a couple, but the one, and I watched the Senior Bowl the other night. But yeah, I like that Taylon Green, the kid from originally I think he was at Boise State, but he's at Arkansas now. 6'6", 230. And he's a 6'6", 230 quarterback, and he's a 4.4 guy. So now that they claim he's one of those Buster Boom type of players. So something tells me he could probably be had in the fourth or fifth round, probably. So I really like him. I love the Craig. Craig, where you at, Craig? I love that. The guard from Iowa. I think it's Iowa. Is that who that? What was his name? Dunker.
Dunker.
Yeah. I like him. There was a running back.
How can you not be a fan of this guy?
Hey, that's a big boy. I like the kid out of that Jalen Husky out of Maryland. He's a 6'2" safety. Hey, so I mean those are probably like my top 3 sleepers. I had another one, but he decided to go back to school, so I can't. He was the wide 6'5".
Nick Harbor.
Yep. He's a 4'2". He's a 4'2" guy, and he's 6'5".
He's a legit track star.
Right. But yeah,
the scary thing about him for me is he's a track guy that's still learning football. He's like Anthony Schwartz on every steroid that's ever been made. Like, he's a freak. He could maybe even be an edge rusher, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I mean, Anthony Schwartz didn't work out, but if Schwartz was 6'5", maybe it would have worked out. That guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Schwartz was he was what, 5'10", 5'9"?
Yeah, but he was faster even than Harbor. But Schwartz had like world class track speed.
But see, here's what a lot of people were saying though about Harbor. At 6'5", whatever he was, if he's 4'2" at that speed, heck, put another 20 pounds on him. He's still probably a 4'4" guy. Put him at tight end. Yeah. Who's stopping him? Nobody. And he could do all the underneath stuff. So to me, I would think that might be a lot easier for him. But it's probably good that he did stay another year to learn the route tree and all that kind of stuff.
He's actually listed at 6'6", 244, which is crazy.
I know.
And also, he was born in 2005, which makes me feel about as old as you are. Tony, you got any sleepers in the draft that you want to tell us about?
No sleepers right now. I just hope that's what we continue to build our team up with draft players. Let's build them up, young players. Free agency. Just be careful, man. Be careful on getting those players, man. Mm-hmm.
Oh, always. Well, Ray, 8:00 has come. Do you want to go ahead and tell everybody about what we've got going on next week?
Yeah. So hey, next week we're going to have a High School Hall of Fame show. We'll actually have an inductee that's being inducted into the 2026 High School Hall of Fame, and we're going to have the mastermind behind the whole High School Hall of Fame itself. So And on top of all of that, we're going to have an actual high school coach from the Kentucky area. So tune in next week. It's going to be a great show, and I'm sure everybody's going to like it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's one of my best friends that we're having on. He's been on before. Big Browns fan, in addition to offensive coordinator down here in Kentucky that led a really small school to one of the highest scoring offenses. Had a young man put up 3,000 yards and make an All-American as a quarterback. So I'm looking forward to it. Get to talk high school ball. Maybe you can bring somebody from the Hall of Fame. I can pitch my case for the high school coach from my hometown to be in the Hall of Fame because he is the 5th winningest high coach in American history. So, Ray, send us out of here, man.
Hey, great show, everybody. Thanks again, T. Cody, as always, outstanding show. Go Browns, baby. Go Browns.
Hey.